Broadcasting live on the Horn Hunters app. We're here with Leonard Pickel, who created Hudson Horrors in Rye Playland. You want to tell us a little bit about the Horn? I know it's year one. People want to come out, see what it's all about.
Absolutely, yeah. This is our dress rehearsal, and everything's going really well. And we've had some power issues, but other than that, everybody's screaming and having a good time. It's 3 haunts. They're all in one tent, so we're about 9,000 square feet, give or take. So 3 haunted houses side by side. 3 different attractions, 3 different styles.
Yeah, it's pretty cool going through is that you can feel the energy from one haunt to the next.
Right.
So you're hearing screams from the asylum as you kind of go through the dollhouse.
Yeah, sometimes I'll put the screams on the soundtrack, people screaming on the soundtrack just to bring up the energy level, because it does add to the show.
So set the scene here. This is a pretty cool backdrop here. We're at Rye Playland,
Right.
which is
Great location. You know, it has, anytime you're looking for a haunt location, you're looking for amenities, parking, notoriety, so people know where it is, bathrooms and that kind of stuff. So it's the perfect location, and yeah, we're looking forward to having a great year and in the future as well.
So what can people expect when they come to this haunt?
Well, they can expect a toy factory that's gone a little crazy, a mansion, a dead and breakfast kind of mansion that where people are trying to steal your soul, and a hospital with some questionable characters in it as well.
So you were pretty excited talking about the additions, many added things.
Yeah, I'm a hired gun. Kenny Puff hired me to do this show, and we've been working on it for 2 years, really. And it's the first time in a long time that I've had a client that was saying, okay, that's cool, but how can we make it better? How can we make it better? So I was able to take some of the room designs that I've been thinking about doing but never had the budget for, or some other things that, adding 2 things together for the first time and making something really cool, and we were able to put those in the show. So I'm really excited to see how those play out. Everybody asks me, what's the best attraction you ever designed? And it's like, well, it's the next one, because I feel like I get better every time I do it.
Yeah, so how long have you been in the haunt business?
I built my first haunted house in 1976 in a college dormitory. I started Elm Street Entrepreneurs in '87, and I've built over 200, 300 haunted houses in my lifetime all across the country. And I'm going to Australia in a couple of weeks to do an install there, and then I got to come back for another install for a one-night show in New Jersey. So it's a crazy life, but I obviously love it, or I wouldn't do it.
So how would you say the haunt industry has evolved from when you started?
Oh, when we first started haunting, we had just graduated from peeled grapes for eyeballs and spaghetti for brains. So it was pretty early in the industry. And I've seen it. The technology go. I've seen gore become vogue and then go away. It's very cyclical, and now they're doing the full touch haunted houses, which we did back in the '70s, and people are really the gross out haunted houses are just peeled grapes for eyeballs and spaghetti for brains. It's just a higher production value is all it is. So everything is cyclical, and the industry's growing like crazy. I can't tell. I had an amazing number of people that wanted to hire me to do stuff this year, and we just couldn't handle all of them. So it's been a crazy year, and haunted houses are growing. There's going to be more every year.
So what would you say to the younger audience if you want to get involved to doing stuff like you're doing? I mean, you have a tremendous talent that you can take something that's in your brain and bring it to your hands and actually create it.
My background was architectural. I have an architectural degree in college. I wish I'd have taken business. That would have been another smart move that I didn't do. But yeah, I would think architecture, theater, set design. Obviously CAD is a very important part of what I do. So yeah, and what's awesome about college is it's the last opportunity you're going to have a huge opportunity to use the metal shop or use the wood shop or use the library. I mean, there's a vast knowledge in the college that you can tap into, and anybody who's going to college should find something to do that doesn't have anything to do with their career, that's something that they want to do for the rest of their lives. And I kind of fell in that accidentally. I did a haunted house in college just as a lark. It was open for 2 nights. We charged 50 cents a head and made $1,000, which kind of what put it into my head to be able to do this for fun and profit someday. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. And I'm not the richest guy in the haunt industry, but I really enjoy what I do, and scaring people is fun, and besides, they deserve it.
So you create these epic sets. So how important is it to have a great actor or haunter in order to bring these sets to life?
A great actor can make a really bad set work well, and a lousy actor can make a really well designed set be horrible. So acting is a very strong part of what you do. Now I try to minimize that and bring that the need for an actor down to zero as possible. All of my scares are designed into the show. You won't, typically, in very rare cases, will you walk into the room and see the actor sitting there? Because if he's in the room and you see him, you've almost completely taken his ability to scare you away. The actor always comes out of nowhere, it's sudden, and then he's almost gone just as fast. And people might call my house a boo house or a startle house, and that's fine, because that's how you scare that 21-year-old white male. You know, you're not going to scare him by some gross guy, breathing down his neck. That's just annoying more than it is scary. But if you do something he's not expecting, you're going to get him to jump.
Yeah, so you have to have a different approach to the different demographics that are coming through your doors.
I do a different approach. I mean, almost everything I do is different. It's kind of weird. Every year I get in a situation where I'm telling these guys to build something, and I describe to them exactly how to do it. And I turn around and it's completely different. It's just like, no, do it this way, and they change it. And then I back up and come back by and a little bit later, and it's done a third way and still not the way I told them to do it. So I don't know whether it's my inability to describe what's going on, or whether I'm doing something that's so off the wall that nobody would think of doing it that way.
So out of this particular build, what was your favorite room to design?
Well, we have a room called Chaos. It's not quite completed yet. It's going to be fun. I mean, we call it Chaos because there's all kinds of stuff going on all at once, and so that's going to be fun. It's one of those theater in the round things where you walk around the stuff that's going on, and so you get a good look at it, and it's going to be pretty scary.
Is that in the dollhouse?
It's in the hospital.
Oh, in the hospital. Okay. All right. So I saw like a middle area in the dollhouse as well.
Right. Yeah. The dollhouse has a crossover scene. The crossover scene made famous by John Burton, a fellow designer, haunt designer, and then we have the residence has a crossover scene as well. It's like a tenement hallway kind of thing. So we used crossover scenes in two of the haunts. It's kind of cutting edge, but it's something I've been doing for a while, and John did even before I did.
All right, great. Well, everybody come out to the first year haunt here, Hudson Horrors. You did a phenomenal job.
Thanks.
Everybody, a lot of energy, a lot of screams, a lot of work that goes into this. So I expect this haunt to continue to build and continue to grow each year.
It will. I mean, there's money behind it, and the people are really interested in doing what they're in making this really work. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this year and the future.
All right, come out to Rye Playland. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Haunt out.